Joining me now is wedding travel specialist Anita Gatley. Anita, where in the world are we going to today?
Thanks, Nikki. Well, this really has to be one of my all-time favourite properties, and I must admit I've travelled quite a bit around the world, very lucky in my job, but Rumours in Rarotonga is one of the most outstanding properties I've ever been to. It's only small, so it's only got 7 villas, but you walk into the property and it's like you're living the life of a rock star. Ooh. So if you want exclusive, this is the place to go. Absolutely stunning. And if you look in most of the places around the world, it's really up there. They are part of the luxury hotel group, and they just do everything. They just go over and above to wow their clients, and I really think that if you want something a bit special, not just your average holiday, then this is the place to go. Rumours in Rarotonga. So they have only, as I said, 7 villas, ranging from the beachfront platinum villa to the romance villas, and then also the spa villas. So obviously if you wanted to go for a spa, then you'd be right next to the spa treatment area. It's called Waterfalls spa facility. It runs over 2 levels, and it's won an awful lot of awards. So one of the areas is that they really do well is actually the romance. Wowing their clients, they go over and above, and everything's turned on. So just to have a look at the beachfront platinum villa, this was amazing. So all you can see is beautiful blue azure water out into the Murray Lagoon, and the thing I really loved is that they've got these private flowing plunge pools, and they have these waterfalls that is the backdrop, and it's just amazing. And one of the stories that the owners, Grant and Carolyn, told us while we were there is that a couple had come over from the West End in London, and they were writing one of their West End shows, and that was the area that they stayed in, and so it was a really, you could see that it was obviously a creative place. It was quite serene, and you know, it obviously got the creative juices flowing, and it was just beautiful. So you just feel like you're in a movie. Speaking of movies, in the beachfront platinum villa, they've got a movie theatre. Oh. So you go into this room, and it's like being in a little theatre yourself. It's just amazing. Fantastic. So they've got an indoor 3-metre high waterfall, actually as part of the villa, and also a spa pool, so when it gets a little bit chilly, which is not often, but you've got that spa pool facility as well. A fully equipped kitchen, complete with the espresso machine and a barbecue outside. Sun lounges on both the front and the back deck, and personal kayaks, and it's literally right on the lagoon edge. So you can imagine that it's big. You know, it's probably about as big as my house. Oh, so it is just really the home away from home if you want to be the rock star. They do have quite a few different types of rooms, the beachside romance villas or the spa villas, but obviously you can come through to me and I can advise you on which is the best one for you. They're quite private, and it's not really a resort you go to and there's hundreds of people around. They're all very private, so it's really just you and your better half. Yeah. So it's really private. All you can hear is the sound of the waterfall and the sound of the pool, and then you've got the waves lapping up from the lagoon. So it's really gorgeous, but there's not a lot going around at the resort. You're not going to be interrupted by your neighbours, or it's not that type of resort. It's really to get away, you and your other half, and just be completely private. They really do privacy well. I do recommend that you take reef shoes, because going out onto the Murray Lagoon, especially if they've got the little sea slugs, sometimes they're not very nice, but yeah, that would be all the sort of thing that the only really thing you'd need to take extra. They've got wireless internet in all the villas, and they do have a guest laundry on site, and some of the villas do have their own laundry facilities, but once again, that's the sort of thing that I can advise on. They will also bring in food if you order, you know, you can have steaks and that sort of thing, they can order those in for you, or you can, they'll organise to take you to one of the local restaurants. In Rarotonga, there's heaps of beautiful restaurants, so a lot of people would probably eat out most nights, but they've got the facilities there if they want to do all of their own cooking. They can even organise a chef to come in and cook if that's what they wanted. It's that sort of service. Nothing is too difficult. Anything that they want, they just have to ask, and it will be provided. They do weddings, and I met the wedding planner up there, Trish, who does the weddings on behalf of Rumours. She's well respected in the industry, been in the industry in Rarotonga for a long time, even the villas lend themselves really well to having a small wedding because they're so large. So she does a few weddings actually within the villas.
Wow.
Yeah, so they also have platinum and honeymoon packages that they offer little extras from time to time. So those are definitely the sorts of things that I have access to, and people just have to ask and we'll deliver. It is definitely a beautiful property, and I'm sure that anybody that was to go there would not be disappointed.
Great. Thank you so much, Anita.